Katie. Wait, stop the stream. Stop the stream.
I can't.
Oh, okay. All right. We are live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. You know what it is, another Wednesday night, New York City. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in right now on the app and on the website. Shout out to our official sponsor, Lifted Tees. Taz is in the building. Shout out to DJ Epidemic, our official DJ. He's about to spin some new music for y'all. Y'all know what time it is. We got some dope guests for y'all today. We're gonna be talking about financial literacy. We're gonna be talking about with one of the legendary reggae artists, Ray Vaughn. We're gonna be talking to legendary DJ Tantrum. We're gonna be talking to upcoming artist Sugar Bear. You know what I'm saying? So we got a jam-packed show today. You know what time it is. Taz, what's up? How you been? Okay, she on that cricket flow. Got the cricket flow plan. Taz, how you been? Yeah, we can't hear you. You got to come back in. We can't hear you. Epidemic, what's up, man? How you been?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm right. Cool. How you doing?
Unmute yourself.
I'm good,
okay,
man. You know what it is. I'm good. Working, you feel me? You know, just lining up some new opportunities, some new gigs and stuff like that. Taz, what's up? You can hear us?
yeah, I can hear you now.
How you been, Taz? What's up?
I'm good. I'm just staying busy. I'm still managing the whole work from home, work from a business life. It's a whole new task, but it's working.
Right. Shout out to Brega. You know, he's healing. He's getting better. Shout out to Prez. Prez is out today handling some business.
Right.
What's up with you, Epidemic, man? What's new? We see the flyers. We see some dope new flyers out there you put out. We see you grinding out there for the independent artists, man. How you been?
You know, just getting everything ready for August, really and truly, just trying to, you know, make use of everybody's time being at home. And it's really nothing new for me. It's just going backwards, kind of sort of thing, because in the beginning I was always on the internet doing stuff. So now it's like, all right, I'm more in tune with the internet again. So it's not really that. It's just setting up stuff for the newer generation of artists that's out there right now versus like the artists that was doing it when I was really like grinding and really putting my work in when I was coming up.
Right. Real quick, please promote your business with the stuff in 42nd Street. What's that called? Promote that.
Oh, the billboard.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, we have the two billboards out there, 42nd Street. One of them is down until August 6th. So anybody that's looking to book billboard space on 42nd Street, right there by Dave and Buster's, you can hit me up or DM me on Instagram. You know, that's gonna be back up, so you can start booking dates for that in August after August 6th. And there's another one by Forever 21 also. That one is still up and running. So, you know, if you want to get your billboard up there, just contact me and reach out to me. Right now, since we're in the pandemic, prices are kind of low right now. So, you know, if you want to get on it, buy your slots now. And you could push it back to as late as you want. So just make sure you get your slots now.
Dope. All right, so you know what it is. We live on the Fix on DTF.com. We're going to jump into this brand new mix session with DJ Epidemic. We'll be right back. Epidemic is about to spin some new joints. And you know, we got some dope guests tonight, man. So Epidemic, do your thing. You know what time it is. We live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. Right after this dope mix, we're gonna get into our first three guests. Let's do it.
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
All right, let's go. Brand new music on deck right now.
This shit got me drowsy as fuck.
That new international flow, part 2, dropping real soon.
Let's do this shit.
Listen.
I'm in love with my bestie. Wait, what? I'm in love with a thotty. Baby, can I stay? She say yes, please. And I like it when she call me daddy. Spend 100 racks on a watch piece. Hating ass niggas looking at me. Baby, one more time before they get me. I don't think they ever understand me. Wow. I'm a alien, I'm an 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 alien. I got money in my back, money in my sock, money in my sheet, money everywhere. Money, money, heat, money, money, heat, money, money, heat, money, money, heat. Mama asked me why, do what I like, I do what I like, sipping this right, mama, it's my life, yeah, she was right, about this right, yeah, she was right, about this right, it's gonna take my life, it's gonna take my life, it's gonna take my life, it's gonna take my life. They don't understand, I'm an alien, I'm an alien, I'm an alien, I'm an alien. Money in my bar, money in my sock, money in my pad, money in my bag. I'm an alien, I'm an alien, I'm an alien, I'm an alien.
DJ Epidemic.
Don't call me, saying how you sorry. Searching couldn't find me. Telling me how I am not like anybody. And ain't saying into me hardly. Boy, you have ways in the body. And I already predict what you gon' say to me. When I pick up, when I pick up, when I pick up, when I pick up, oh yeah, when I pick up, when I pick up, when I pick up, you should put the phone down.
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
Easy.
Yes. Son of money Mitch, yeah, I let her hustle. And if you ain't who you is, you better add some muscle. But I forget about them days when you used to struggle. We by the Westbrook with the Rockets, so we on our Russell. Just had a daughter, so I'm mentally fitted. Not sorry I cut you off, the growing you wasn't with it. Lazy just to get it, so they mad that I did it. Club talking, printed the logo, you thought it's knitted, huh? Every day is writing stories about my life. Sad that they call me nice, but the futures are overpriced. Gotta watch who you calling your brother, calling your wife. Talk crazy on the net, do nothing when on site. Girls around my city, they love me, the vibe is different. Getting high off my thoughts now, sky's the limit. They say let's do a song together, the verse, they never send it. Don't do no whole shit to give me back, I'm not offended. Solar money Mitch, cause I let her hustle. Solar money Mitch, cause I let her game. Solar money Mitch, cause I let her hustle. Solar money Mitch, cause we ain't the same. Yeah. Let it breathe for a minute, no. Yeah. Young niggas still stuck in his ways. And the ones they fuck themselves up so harder to save. So many die to keep secrets, gotta take to the grave. Grandma said don't be scared, when you scared just pray. Yeah, wrote the song a couple years ago. That's produced a circle life just like a merry-go. I'm not around, so I'm thinking like, yo, where he go? To burn the bridge, well, I'm thinking where the ferry go. There we go. Could've signed the universal, yeah, forget why I came. With independence, I myself, see, I ain't thinking the same. Eventually, you gon' crash if you don't stay in your lane. Sometimes they point the finger, they the one they should blame. Clout chasing have no reason, see, they do it for fame. Still think about Poe, why things had to change. Me and you supposed to Rockefeller, Hove, and Dame. But whatever, still have love, right? I hope to the game. Life change, I'm a different man, now what's important? On real estate, have property, forget about Michael Jordans. On my masters, learn the business through my own recordings. Street dreams, create a scheme, still living on. Solar money Mitch, cause I let her hustle. Solar money Mitch, cause I let her game. Solar money Mitch, cause I let her hustle. Solar money Mitch, cause we ain't
DJ Epidemic.
Every man grab a girl,
and every girl grab a man.
Man to man, girl to girl, that's wrong.
And them
all when a night, your pussy feel like sun hot when you're coming on the ramping shot.
Make sure you know, be walking and a chat, ya chat.
Hey, me cocky longer than me night. Tell me what you like. You want me try or you want to ride it like a bike?
Well, you have to ram it hard, the cocky no for life. Damage it for spite, not to call me pussy tight.
So come put it on the left, can you take it on the right?
My nipple them a ripe, send it up in a me try.
White titty appetite, every nipple get a bite.
My man a figure seat me and him a figure fight. Call me up to wine pon the cocky like this. Cartel spin me like a satellite dish.
Deal with your breast like because she Irish. Spice, I never love a pussy like this.
You are my mister,
you are my miss.
Kill me with the cocky,
kill me with the tightness. And when you are going, whisper something like this.
I can't stop fucking you.
Hey, cocky no play. Me we broke your back when you coming down around Pinshot.
Me we quint it up 2 times and pop your cock
when you coming down around Pinshot. Me we make you run out of me house in a half a frock when you coming down around Pinshot.
I can live a ride on it and give your heart attack
when you coming down around Pinshot.
Me nah gonna lie to
DJ
you,
Epidemic.
love it when you finger me. Something special about the feeling one more feel when you're indexing to me. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Put it in my region. Used to if you feel like one is uneven. Wetter than
DTFradio.com, the big show each and every Wednesday.
I'm full of secretion. G-spot, make you feel fit it. Take it with your fingertip. Fingernail not dirty, regular. You use your fingertip. And baby, you get me in the mood when you use your big thumb.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Baby, turn me on when you finger me. Put the tree into me. Baby, turn me on when you finger me. Feel so high. No big cocky but put it on standby. Now go rush the fuck for play post tonight. Play with it like FIFA. Happy like a when me get American visa. Take me high. No big cocky but put it on standby. Now go rush the fuck for play post tonight. Play with it like FIFA. Happy like a when me get American visa. Tell you this, set it. I no button but your fingertip I press it. Independent pussy do it. One cleaning, ready to breathe. Nothing on drop when that time we pull it up a semen. Real thing, take it, so fat it can done. Stretch it, skinny out, come me ready. Put the trench into me, be a turn me on. When your finger me, feel so high. No big cocky but put it on standby. Now go rush the fuck for play post tonight. Play with the light fever. Happy like a when me get American visa. Take me high.
DJ Epidemic.
Put it on standby.
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
Pussy clean, pussy fresh. Pussy pretty, pussy fat, full of flesh. Juice a strain through me panty mesh. Wall not dead like don't I make a rest. When me fling it,
let's go. You already know the vibe.
Pump it.
You already know the vibe. You already know what we're on right now.
Negative 8 test. When you see me, I be born is a miracle to me pussy. Me ball boy. When me cock it up again, you give me hotter than the paprika. You make me ball boy. When you leg on the pressure, pour me, hand for me knee when you ram it up in on me. The pussy wetter than you have with the tsunami. Give me the pressure when you have beg you let on me. For me. Knock up the cocky like a doctor with the ducky. You knock up the cocky like a doctor with the ducky. You knock up the cocky like a doctor with the ducky. You knock up the cocky like a doctor with the ducky.
A movie star. You may not drive a big fast car, but I love you in every way. Yes, I love you in every way. I don't know why. Oh, I don't know
Want you to know that I am the man who fights for the right and not the wrong. Seeing this and seeing that, going here and going there. So you will find out the man I'm supposed to be.
It's all time to me, I bring back now. Yeah. I heard about this girl, they want celebrity. Me ear say she run the road. If me ever tell you what celebrity.
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
I heard about this girl, they want celebrity. Me hear say she a run the road. If me ever tell you about celebrity, you woulda say I don't know what I know. She a run the road. She a run the road. Tell you say she a run the road. She a run the road. So when me step up down, you know me well clean. My Gucci on my foot, you know my shirt mean. Big up my little sister, she just turned 13. Boy violate, so him get round 13. What me say? My face is pretty and my belly well flat. No dirty girl can chat to my back again. My face is pretty and my belly well flat. No dirty girl can chat to my back. Cause me pretty, my belly stay flat. Cause my body well cock up. Skin stay clean, have no bite or chop up. So when dirty girl see me, them know them have to back up, back up, back up. Me just a boss pan a girl call me look sexy. Me always take my body, me just a muggle pan a girl call me look sexy. Me always take care of me body.
A pan, like a mini boss. Hey, no worry about no money, just give me. Hey, boss, me love how you're brown and brown and brown. Where you have it look so fat up.
I say it is
Oh, you mean, y'all sit down and ride. Double pan the sitting, you feel guide. Feel you right, I mean, if you live in her.
I say it is
Oh, na. Y'all, you feel say na. She have up the good na. Easy. Oh, na. Oh, na. Y'all, you feel say na. Love how you bubble up the na. Hey, y'all, sit down, hey.
DJ Epidemic.
Them, you know me miss them. Your body good, me want like it in the cheese them.
You already know the deal.
Down there on your wrist them.
Random reggae music on deck right now.
Love you with the ease.
I got some classic tunes coming up for you real quick.
Skin tight and clean. Baby, a bedroom zen.
DJ Epidemic on the set right now. It's a fixed show. DTFradio.com.
Yeah. Believe me, you are my baby. Loving it right for me, girl. Loving it wine for me. Yeah.
Yeah, the way
you are my baby.
You know what you do.
Loving it right for me.
You driving
Loving
me.
it wine for me.
Girl, when you bend, you get 10 out of 10. 10, I just see where that you bend, you get 10 out of 10. 10. Nicky.
Run with the track. Oh, them a smile and grin in your face. But all and all, you know I pure hate. Oh, what a shame and such a disgrace. They want bring bad energy this way. Nobody come put your vibes for me. Make you no want put on no vibes in my way. Nobody come put your vibes for me. Make you no want put on no vibes in my way.
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
Hey, yo, bad man, royal to them there.
You know we chilling with the baddest DJ alive, DJ Epidemic.
You done know. Ready now. I want to bring bad energy. Hey.
Let's go. Brand new music on deck.
Run with the track.
Here we go.
Oh, them a smile and grin in your face. But all and all, you know I pure hate. Oh, what a shame and such a disgrace. They want bring bad energy this way. Nobody come put your vibes for me. Make you no want put on no vibes in my way. Nobody come put your vibes for me. Make you no want put on no vibes in my way. Them not like me, I mean not like them. Them bad energy, I mean them not friend. Them not like me, I mean not like them. Them bad energy, I mean them not friend. Foot span it to all, me they float like breeze. Stick to the door, you don't know what time means.
Let's go, Brooklyn.
Well, who are white tees and man a rock. Brand new clock for foot. Every cat pass shoot one down a rock. Brand new clock for foot. Me go make a link on the bad pushing on me new wallabies. Everybody see me say them want one of these. Other than grab a leaf, one down a rock. Brand new clock for foot. I'm a gal a rock. Brand new clock for foot. Jump out of the axe. Polo shirt and my jeans pants chop. Just while I line, I'm here well black. Gold for my hand and a stainless. Watch every girl say the God say your class.
Easy. DJ Epidemic.
Yeah, and if you're not say 6, no girl don't want you. Bobby not the Axie, I mean not the Prada. Running, you know, hear me the call you. She a good, no pens to the muse draw you. I'm a pro, good, didn't go on you. Mix up your G and G with your car up. Why? I
don't flow,
see how me hype. Yo, push, just pass me a light.
girl a bother me feed it. Can I send me the pussy piercing and the titty? Yeah. She say she a go take a 5 if she no see 6. And I tell her say we hotter than the grab. Turn it up. She city man don't fuck bikini. Uptown, me a bra for the pretty bitch. Me and my money don't little bit. Me a fuck white girl.
Girl, them so much, and them love me bad. Love the girl.
Let's go. You know how you move through them. You know how you move through them.
I stop for them, girl. When I do the right thing and I live large. AMG drive out a garage. Them I watch the girl, them pussy and I inform. And I saw the 6 work and I saw we hot bad. I want option. Love every girl, me no fuck man. Dream and a girl is up a dog man chan. Every girl love the 6 me and the mass man. Yo, what up? Me full of gun and money, so me not fear for one. Batman rules is a Batman law. Now gonna have the kitty and me never wash a drum. Enough of them say them a
DJ Epidemic.
The amount of girl me have, so me get chronic law. The bitch a come and me yard and I want to left me house. Say she like the
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
Some more than a life. Boy, have some girl I rather style for you.
Let's go, brand new remix.
I mean, I like. Lucky she not stab me with a knife. And some boy, I fuck some with Skeller Road.
Is that cranium? This you savage.
How the fuck you?
God policy.
Dude, then I walk up with it in a crowd. Hey, no girl me fuck, can't stand no drama. Me make me girl be that banana. Baby mistress know them policy. After 9 o'clock she can't call me. After me no idiot, yeah. After me no idiot, yeah. She better know say after certain time don't contact me, yeah.
I'm one step away from me losing my mind, baby. So I gotta step away. Can't be wasting no time, baby. This love, or this love that break us, that make us. I feel remember the last time we link up. I gave you the last got to fix up. Oh, them girls you fuck can't stop no drama. When me show, make them lean up in a corner. Baby boy, you know the policy. After 9, you better be home with me. Cause me and I eat that, yeah. Cause me and I eat that, yeah. Run around, you flexing on me. Goes down, the bed is on me.
DJ Epidemic, the record breaker.
Riding with the top down.
Let's go. I'm just playing records you should be getting used to. Here we go.
Right now. Riding with the top down.
Easy.
Don't act so brand new. I could teach you a few things if you're willing to come through. We both been watching. Side-eye watching. If we keep this up till the morning, I need you. I'm not waiting. I'm just saying. I'm not playing. I'm not playing your games. I'm not waiting. I'm just saying. I'm not playing.
My lady be tripping sometimes. I let her get away with it cause she's so goddamn fine.
Okay, let's go.
Argue, but I don't pay her no mind. I drop that wood on her and get back on my grind. She know what she doing. She know what she want. She know how to move, man. And she know what she wrong. That's why we break up. Only to make up. Why we can do the night thing.
Turn it up.
That I wanna let go. But it's something about that booty that I can't let go. Said I got somebody that I wanna let go. But it's something about that booty that I can't say no. Got somebody. She is a beauty, very special, really and truly. Take good care of me, like it's her duty. Won't you ride by my side, night and day? No letting go, no holding back, because you are my lady. When I'm with you, it's all of that, yeah.
no love. There ain't another, don't want no other lover. I'll put nothing above ya, I kick 'em to the gutter. You try to shake me, end up loving me crazy now. Look at him lately and tell him who's your lady. I never thought you'd be the one.
Yeah, you know what it is. We are live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. Live in the mix with DJ Epidemic. Yo, that was dope, man. You got to send me all that, man. I haven't downloaded nothing. You got to send me all that, man.
I dig it.
I've been lazy, bro. I've been lazy since March when it comes to downloading music, man. You know what I'm saying? Taz,
Yeah, I
what's
dig
up?
it.
How you holding up out there? You walking? What you doing out there, Taz? What's up?
Yo, I'm literally babysitting this UPS truck because the guy warned me and said, hey, don't leave your packages there. I keep seeing people steal. So I'm like, what? So you're supposed to have been here since 7:15. You see it's 7:30, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Oh man. All right, so we're gonna get into our first three guests. We got the homie DJ Tantrum here. We got Sugar Bear Music in the building, and we got legendary artist Ray Vaughn in the building with us today. But right before we bring them in, I gotta shout out the new situation. Shout out to S. Revere Wines, dope black-owned company from Queens. Shout out to the ladies, shout out to Ashanti, shout out to Ray Holiday, shout out to DJ Epidemic. Y'all know what time it is, man. This is what we're gonna be drinking in the spots going forward. So shout out to them, man. I appreciate the opportunity. Had to shout them out real quick. Katie, it's all right, man. Bringing our guests. You know what time it is. Lifted Teas is in the building. Shout out to Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear is in the building right now. We waiting on everybody else to come in. We waiting for everybody else to come in.
Hello.
All of y'all together, right? All of y'all together?
Oh yeah, we all together.
All right. Can we get everybody in the thing?
You guys in? Yeah, there you go.
All right, man. Shout out to Sugar Bear. Shout out to Ray Vaughn. Shout out to DJ Tantrum. You know what time it is. What up?
Hey yo, Trace, what's up?
Yeah, how y'all feeling, man? What's good? Ray Vaughn, what's up?
Yo, COVID, baby, COVID.
Right, man. It's good. It's good to have y'all on the show, man. I'm hearing a lot of good things about y'all music. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got some new music out here. The homie DJ Tantrum is talking to me about it. Shout out to Tantrum here in the building. What up, Tantrum?
What's good?
Yeah.
We here, man. You know what time it is. We live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. Yeah, this is your first time on the show, man. What's up, Tantrum? We go back a long time, man. What up?
Everything's cool. What's going on? This what's going on.
Right.
This what's going on.
This is lagging right now.
You can hear me?
I think it's because all of y'all are really close to each other, I think.
You think? Oh.
Yeah, I think so. I think because all of y'all are really close to each other. Y'all got to walk apart.
Walk apart, yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Good.
Tantrum, what's up, man? You got a lot of things going on out there, music.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
You got the drinks going on.
You record with Ray Vaughn and Sugar Bear.
Right.
You hear me or you lost me?
Nah, I hear you, but you went you kind of like frozen.
Nah, he's good on my end.
All right, I guess we got to get him back. Try to log off and come back in. Sugar Bear, what's up, man?
Hey yo, Chase, what's up, yo? Yo, big respect to everybody. Yeah, everything's copacetic, you know? Yeah.
Right, so I've been hearing some new music from you, Ray Vaughn, Tantrum. Y'all got some joints out there, man. How you feeling? How you doing with this whole COVID-19 situation out there as an artist? How you dealing with it, man?
Well, you know, with the COVID-19 thing, we've been grounded a lot because, you know, we're used to like traveling all over, you know, and flying out regular, but, you know, all of that has been grounded. So we've just been like you know, making a lot of music and doing a lot of promotions, talking to people all over the world. And, so that's what we've been really doing. We're not the mobile entertainers as we usually are. So
Right.
we've been transferring that energy towards promotion.
Right. No, I feel you. I definitely feel you. Ray Vaughn, what's up, man? Like you've been in this industry a long time, man. It's good to see you, man. I can't hear you.
Can't hear you, River.
No. I don't think your headphones are on.
Mm-mm.
No, even Sugar Bear don't hear you. We
I
can't
don't
hear
hear
you.
you. Nah.
Nah, you sound really, really low. Hold on a second.
Yep.
Yeah, we hear Sugar Bear real clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to come back in. Try to leave and come back in too.
Yeah, try to reset it and come back in,
So we'll keep chopping it up with Sugar Bear real quick while y'all figure it out.
Definitely. Yeah.
So basically, you've been doing, the online marketing, the online social media presence, right?
Right. And also, like communicating with a lot of people all over the world that we have connections with, and they have been supporting us with our music and everything. So it's a big communication process, because, like, for example, late at night I'm up talking to people like in England and all them places, so
I think that's very important for artists to do, and I don't think enough artists do that. Like being able to communicate with their fans and the people that support their music. I think that's a must as an artist. You know what I'm saying? To be able to take some time out of your day to actually talk to the people who rock with you online and follow you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely, it's very important, and that's how you keep the wheel moving, through communication and interaction and everything,
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Ray Vaughn, what's up, man?
All right. You hear me now? I think
Yeah,
we're
we
good
hear
now.
you, man. We
Oh my
glad to have you
God,
on the show, man. You've been in the
man.
industry a long time, man. How you doing out there?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm trying to work through COVID. I'm working with new technology. I'm doing everything right now, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's all good. Pushing some new music and stuff.
Right.
New videos, and fans is responding, introducing a lot of new stuff, and so it's good. So I'm right here on the fix, letting
Right.
everybody
Right.
know what's good.
Right. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time, man.
Respect. Yeah, man.
I gotta ask you, man. You've been around for a while, through the industry, through different eras of the music industry. I mean, how do you been able to transform your career and be able to like reestablish yourself through these digital and virtual times, man?
I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention to what's going on. You know what I mean? We're not selling like vinyl right now. We ain't selling wax. I mean, we're not selling CDs. So everything is downloads, everything is digital, everything is online. A lot of streaming going on. But what never changes is you got to deliver good music. And
Right.
if you deliver good music, you know what I mean, just market it to your fan base, and to even new fan base, to a new fan base, and I think they're gonna respond. So just for me, just loving music and loving what I do, kept me going. And I'm still
Right.
going, and it's a lot more to come. We ain't finished yet.
Right.
We
Right.
about to,
Right.
we launching off a whole lot of new stuff too. So
Right. So this
yeah,
next question is for you and Sugar Bear. How do you think dance hall and I'm not even gonna say dance hall. How do you think Caribbean music has changed through these times? Through these eras. You've been around for a while. How do you think Caribbean music has changed? You think it's changed? You think it got better? You think it got worse? You think people are supporting it as much as they used to in the '90s, early 2000s? How do you guys feel about that?
well, for me, it's changed. because it's changing a lot of ways. I mean, music business, if you check it throughout history, is always going to be changing. You know what I mean? The sounds of the instruments has changed. The way how people produce music has changed. You know what I mean? And the way how you market and promote music has changed. So, you know, the base of the music is still the same because it still feel good, a lot of energy, and enjoy yourself music. But it's just how you get it to your fans now is, I think, is the biggest change because you're not gonna sell it out of the back of your trunk of your car no more. As for beginners, you know what I mean? Not gonna do that. You know, so good music is still there, but it's so many people doing it that the fans now they gotta sift through, all of the other stuff to find the good stuff. What you say, Bear?
Yeah, it has definitely changed. The sound has definitely changed. But the greatest thing is that you can make a dancehall song today, and tomorrow it's all over the world just by the press of a button. So the marketing, has changed and it's so excellent, the marketing. So, it has changed, but it's changed for the good, and it's going. I mean, dancehall. I mean, it's in every corner of the world now. It's every corner of the world, So that's what I love with it, Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As far as like dancehall music, reggae music, you don't see as much reggae hip hop fusion like you did in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Am I right or am I wrong?
Just the other day, Popcorn and Drake, they did some very excellent stuff the other day. But I mean, Raven can speak on this because he's the ambassador of all this of reggae and hip hop, fusion. But back in the days,
let
it
me tell you
was
what I see. This
way more. Back in the days, it was way more.
I think the change, just a little bit of change happened within. All right, reggae artists used to visit hip hop beats. You know what I mean? In the past, but now hip hop artists they're visiting reggae beats. You know what I mean? So if reggae live home right here, hip hop will be coming to visit, and if hip hop live over there, then reggae will be coming to visit. Because when, like he just mentioned, the Drake popcorn combination that was done on a more reggae beat.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When I did something with Fat Joe back in the day, it was on a hip hop beat.
Right. But it's crazy because I didn't want to bring this up. Epidemic, you gonna probably laugh, but like we've talked about this on the show before when it comes to Drake. Like a lot of these young kids nowadays, they think that Drake started that hip hop, reggae, dancehall type of fusion. And that thing's been around since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Buju did it back in the day. Bounty Killer did it a lot. You did it. You know what I'm saying? So like this has been around since before Drake even came out as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like you go back to songs like Make My Day. Make My Day was a classic hip hop reggae collaboration. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like No Guns, No Murder. You know what I'm saying?
Big hit.
Like
Big
all
hit.
this stuff. All this stuff is timeless music that's embedded in history. Like you can still play those songs to this day and the party go pop. You understand what I'm
pop
saying?
off. Yeah.
Right. So, but you don't get those type of collaborations like that anymore. That's basically what I was trying to say. I haven't heard it, not myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think one or two people that did it, but it didn't really get out there. So it didn't hit the marketplace where because I think in the 90s when you had that big hip hop reggae movement, that's exactly what it was. It was a big movement. So you had a lot of producers producing that. You know what I mean? You can get a combination almost with anybody. You was getting a lot of Shabba Ranks, whether it was with a Johnny Gill, you was getting, you know what I mean? You was getting Spraga and Foxy. You was getting, myself, Mad Lion, Rickster with Funk Master
But all
Flex,
those
Big
songs,
L.
all those collaborations were timeless music. My issue today with music today is that people are putting out music just to put out music. They're not even putting out classics. They're not even putting out timeless music. They
I
just want
agree.
to pop. They want to pop for the first 3-4 weeks, and then they move on to another song. You got
You know what I
artists
call that?
dropping songs every day. Like, how do you get people acquainted with you as an artist or your music if you saturating your timeline, you saturating people's ears? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's fast food music.
Fast food music.
That's fast food music, D. That's that drive-through music. You
That's
know,
true
Right. I
music.
mean,
that's
I mean,
not you go sit down in a restaurant 3-course meal music. That's that
right. I mean,
drive-through, get a
look at
burger and
back in
fries music.
the
Yeah,
day,
son.
right? Look at back
Yeah.
in the day. If you had a dope dance hall reggae tune, you did a hip hop remix side B on a
Remix.
vinyl. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, sir.
And then they would do the music video with both versions in the video. You know what I'm
In the
saying?
video.
Like
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
like like
yes.
like that's the essence of what hip
Right.
hop and reggae fusion was back in the day.
Right.
And people don't even respect that nowadays. They don't even do it right. You know, that's my
Right,
opinion. That's my
right.
opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, you're
Right.
right.
It's
Right.
real talk.
You have a point there. You have a point.
Right.
Real
So
talk.
real
Yeah.
quick, shout out to my DJ Epidemic. He is here.
Boop,
He
boop,
is
boop.
Caribbean himself. Epidemic, you got
Epidemics.
questions for these gentlemen right here?
Um, yeah, one second.
Epidemic, you
Oh
here?
yeah, yeah. I just couldn't hear
We
myself in the
can't hear you.
microphone.
You're gonna have to come back
Yeah,
in too. You're gonna have to
yeah.
come back in. Go out and come back in.
You can't hear me?
No, I can't. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I hear
I
you. I
can't
hear you. I hear you.
I can't hear him, but go ahead. All right. If you can
Yeah.
hear him,
All
then
right.
that's good.
I
Go
hear him
ahead.
loud
Ask
and
your
clear. Yeah.
question, man.
So I've been really and truly I've been a fan of reggae music since I can remember. I'm actually from like in part of Brooklyn. I'm from Flatbush. So like that's the reggae dance hall, what you
Mecca.
call it,
True.
Mecca in
That's where I
Brooklyn.
started.
Yeah.
And so I grew up on a lot of your tunes like Big Up a Shaggy, Angel, and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that.
Yeah.
So now what I wanna ask is like, how do you feel about the new reggae artists that's coming out today? Like, what do you think? Or do you feel like they doing it the right way, or like the type of message that they sending? What type of message do you feel like they should be sending, or like how do you feel about the new music that's coming out now?
For me, the music is I mean, music as far as reggae music is concerned. For me, I think it was very versatile. It's a wide range of topics. The thing is, what's on the agenda for today? You understand? Because when you check under the umbrella of reggae, you have roots reggae, you have hip hop reggae, you have fusion reggae, you have dancehall reggae, you have one drop reggae, lovers rock reggae, you have slack reggae, under your frack reggae. You know what I'm saying? But what's the
Yeah.
agenda for today? You know what I mean? And who's
Okay.
in charge that's gonna push the agenda for today? You understand what I'm saying? So for right now, it is I think the artists with a more harder edge is their turn up to bat right now. And then
Okay.
you might some years or whatever months you might see a change because a lot of times music is dictated to what's going on around you. You
Okay.
know what I mean? If
I
everybody's
get it.
having fun and making money, then that's what the music is going to reflect. If
Yeah.
people is gonna
Right.
struggle, you're gonna get a lot of that
Struggle.
struggle
Okay.
music. You know?
I hear that. I hear that.
Right.
Yeah. So, cause it's an art. So a
Right.
lot of times, artists, they're painting a picture,
Right.
not
Right.
necessarily on a canvas, but
Reflecting
on
the
a lyric,
vibes.
on a record. Yeah.
Right. Well, and Sugar Bear, before you respond, Epidemic, because we're recording and we live, we want to make sure that everybody gets to hear what you're talking about later on when they see it. Please come back in, like go out and come back in so we can all hear you. So that way
All
when
right.
people see the video later, they can hear all the audio. Because
All
I
right.
I
Come back.
can't hear you.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So real quick before you answer his question, let's just wait for him to come back in. Again,
Yeah.
gentlemen, we appreciate your time. We
Enough respect.
we know your time is valuable. We're gonna get to the new music as well too. You know what I'm saying? I heard it and I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect
Respect.
both of y'all.
Enough
I
respect.
love the new song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Respect, man. Yes, sir.
Enough respect.
Real
Appreciate that.
right, real quick. Shout out to Mr. Nice Guy over there. I know Tantric
Hey,
is in the back with the
yo,
frozen drinks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yo.
saying?
Look, Dan.
I'm
Look.
drinking a marshmallow, Mr. Nice Guy. This is the
Yo,
marshmallow flavor.
yo,
Yo,
I didn't had
trust
like
me.
probably like I done had like probably 10 of those, man. They real
Yo,
good, man.
the marshmallow one is wicked. Trust me, wicked.
Right. No, I like the cotton candy one. The cotton candy one is good.
Yeah,
I ain't even tried that one yet. I ain't even
I mean,
tried
hearing
that one
about that one.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this marshmallow one here, yo, wow, dangerous.
No wonder you got the glasses on. You don't want nobody to see how your
No,
eyes looking.
I can't take these glasses off.
Oh man, that's
I can't
crazy,
take
man.
these glasses off.
Right.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me get these
definitely.
guys in. Let me get these guys back in here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Come in.
This is the stuff we got to deal with in the digital. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
part of the whole
right,
thing, the whole digital. Yeah.
right. Epidemic, what's up?
Getting
Check,
drunk
check,
over there with
check,
the
check.
marshmallow.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can hear you now. Okay,
All
Sugar
right,
Bear, you
cool.
can answer Epidemic's question now, man.
Right. As far as the new music and the music back in the days, yeah, it's all about the vibe and the temperature, what's being reflected in the times. So with the whole dancehall music, you even have different times where, like, for example, the one drop cultural music takes over. Like, all you hear is not but one drop cultural music. Then after that it swings back to not but party music. Then there's a time when the temperature is nothing but like competition. And you get all these war music.
Right,
So war is in the atmosphere. So
All right.
it's all depending on the atmosphere. That's what dictates the
but
lyrical content and the vibe.
but
Let me
it's
let me.
also like reggae rhythms aren't even popular anymore. Back in the days, like you had to have the whole rhythm. A song came out, you had to have the whole rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
I
Now people
I
don't
must
even
I must
focus on
agree.
that.
I must agree with you. A lot of singles are being
Right,
released more today, and I think that's because of that's the advent of the digital age, where you can find. Back in the days, in order to really make it, you had to jump on a rhythm. Now somebody can link up with a producer and then get the stuff distributed by the touch of a button. So you don't
right,
need to be on a rhythm to get out there. So
right,
so that's why we see lesser and less rhythms. I've noticed that myself, definitely.
right, right. Now,
Yeah.
before we get to the new song, because we want to play the new song for people who are tuned in on the app, who are tuned in on Facebook Live. We are on Facebook Live right now, just in case you didn't
Big up
know.
everybody.
We're live all over the place right now. So before we get to that, I gotta ask y'all this question before we get to the new song, and we talk the tantrum real quick. How do you think that versus between Bounty Killer and Beanie Man? How do you think that helped the Caribbean culture? Did you think it had a positive impact? Do you think it made dancehall and reggae music more popular in this age of young people who don't know too much about what happened back in the days in the 90s and all that?
I think it was a reminder. I don't think that reggae is such a it's such a big influence because right now I think this is one of the biggest commercial times for reggae actually because so much people is actually dipping into the reggae pot. You know what I mean? You're seeing it on commercials. You're hearing it on mainstream radio from mainstream artists that wouldn't be considered reggae artists,
Right,
and they're getting Billboard songs from reggae sounding music.
right,
So it's just I think it's just about the business and just a reminder that hey, that what you're hearing right now came from this right here,
right,
and it's still out there.
right, right,
So I
right,
think that more or less just kind of put a spotlight on it, just as a reminder for me, for a lot of mainstream people. Like, listen, this is reggae,
right,
this is
right,
dancehall.
right,
Yeah.
right.
That's
Sugar
what
Bear, how you feel?
with the verses stuff, right? Like, I pity the people who don't understand it. I was like a kid in a candy store watching that.
Right,
Because I grew up when Bounty Killer and Beanie Man were, when they were doing their thing, I was like the youngster pretending to be Bounty Killer or Beanie Man. I was in the classroom singing Bounty Killer's lyrics. So, it just was a whole emotional roller coaster for me, bringing me back to what I've grown to know. Plus Bounty Killer is like a person who has influenced me, So I was like a kid in a candy store. So, but I was happy that the Versus was able to exhibit, what it's really like, where all this is coming from, and it's from there, that and Bounty Killer and Beanie Man has dominated the culture for years upon years. Likewise, Raven and Shaggy and their crew, So I was like a kid in a candy store watching it, and
Right. Nah, I definitely feel you. I definitely understand. Now, Rayvon, I gotta ask you this because I've been asking a lot of celebrities on this show this question. Mr. Rayvon yourself, if you was involved in verses, who would you want to battle? I got to hear this right now, man. I want to hear it. Let's go.
Wow, that's a good.
Rayvon versus who? Let's go.
Man, that's a good one. That's a real good one right there.
Let's go. Man. Don't hold back.
Man, we
let's
can
just go
about
against
we do Rayvon against we do Rayvon against Shaggy. How about that?
There you go. Shaggy.
I mean,
Is that the only artist?
I mean, hold on. We never had a reggae clash with hip hop before. So you trying to keep me within reggae? That's what you're trying to keep me within reggae?
Who would you? I asked you a simple question. Who would you want to go up against?
Yeah, I gotta think on that one right there, man.
Can I say who I would put him up against?
I'm a real music guy.
Can I say who I would put him up against?
Who?
You want to hear who I would put him up against?
Yeah.
Rayvon and Super Cat.
Oh.
I was gonna say Cardinal Official.
Huh?
Who?
Rayvon and Super Cat.
Cardinal Official?
No, I don't think that's a good one.
I think it would work because they both kind of.
I don't think that's a good one.
They cater.
What about Rayvon against Mad Lion? What about that one?
That line, that would be.
Y'all thinking?
I was more or less going along the lines of like Wayne Wonder. I was thinking about that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good
one.
Who said that?
Okay.
You should text the DJ. I said that.
Right.
That's a good one. That's a good one, by the way. That's a good one. Oh, no, I got a perfect one. Raven and Maxi Priest.
Oh yeah, Maxi Priest is dope too. Yeah.
Raven and Maxi Priest.
That would be dope.
That would be like, wow. I would be like taking out the credit cards to pay to watch.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, so we got a YouTube question. If you had to do a versus with someone who is no longer with us, who would it be?
No longer with us.
That's a question coming from DTF Radio on YouTube right now. I told you we live all over the place.
Man, that's no longer with us. Let me see. There's a reggae artist that was
I
around
don't
back
even
in
know
the day.
what
Called
reggae
Slicky
artist
Rex.
passed away.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You don't even hear about reggae artists passing away. Who passed away? I don't know.
Right.
I'm
Well,
not even sure.
reggae artists they smoking good, they eating good, they not
Right,
passing
right.
away. That's
so
what's
sick.
Right.
That's because, when you say the reggae artist passed away, only artist that comes to mind is Bob Marley. Bob Marley's the only reggae
Ain't
artist I
nobody
know that
passed away since Bob Marley. How about that? You know what I mean?
I haven't seen. Right. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to get back to you on that question.
Reggae artists is fit, yo. We fit.
Right.
All the herbal drinks, man. You know?
We gonna wait. Let's get DJ Tantrum back in here so we can introduce the song. Let the people listen to the song real quick. Tantrum is out there. Tell him to get back in, man. So we go introduce the song.
I
Yeah,
don't know
because
where he
he's
disappeared
probably
to. Where he
refreshing right
at,
All
now.
man?
right, so you know what,
I have
man?
one question
Ray
though.
Vaughn, you want to introduce the song real quick?
Yo, all my people on the fix. This is brand new. This one is called I See You. Rayvon, Sugar Bear. Come on, let's go. I see you looking good.
Let's get
Let it
into it.
go.
We live on the Fix on DTFradio.com. Everybody mute your mic so everybody can listen to the song, and we'll be right back. Epidemic, let's do it. Mute your mics.
Girl, me want you and you want me. Let's get together for your love party. DJ Epidemic.
I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes. And it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile. And I love your vibe, yeah.
Looking in your eyes is a seductive. Want put your loving girl in a captive. Flirting with you get me well active. Emotion spread like you radioactive. Natural affinity me have for you. Want hold you up and kiss squeeze you. Passionate love me want make with you. Make you scream and scream and stop continue.
I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes. And it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile. And I love your vibe.
Me and you together, girl, all kind of thing. You be the queen and me be the king. Night and day, just love me a king. On your finger, me ever slip on the ring.
Girl, you make me heart touching. Bring it, come your heart, girl, in a the ring. Yo, girl, you just give me that body. Yo, because you're such a hottie. I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes. And it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile. And I love your vibe, yeah. I see you looking, girl. I can see it in your eyes. And it's no surprise, yeah. I see you wanting, girl. I can see it in your smile.
Oh my God, yeah, look good. Sugar beer. Get naughty and roll.
Dope, man. Real dope, man. Shout to Sugar Bear, shout to Ray Vaughn. Brand new music from the homie DJ Tantrum featuring Sugar Bear and Ray Vaughn. Super dope feeling, man. That took me back to the 90s one time, man. That took me back, man. So real quick, Tantrum, man, how did you come together with these two gentlemen to get this song put together, man? What made you do this, man?
We've been crossing paths for a long time, and we didn't know. And my videographer, B Freaky, was like, "Yo, listen to my boy, listen to my boy." And you know how artists come up to us all the time, and it's like, no, I don't want to listen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much going on. But I actually heard it, and I'm like, you know what? Let's put this together because DJ and myself, I don't really play none of the new reggae. I feel like it's just not there. If I'm in a party, I gotta dig. I gotta go back to the rhythms. I gotta play. You know how many times I play Bashment Party, Rayvon? Like, this new reggae is not there. So we need something to bring it back. And I got a remix coming out soon with a Spanish artist as soon as this drops. That's like extra top secret. So
I got it.
Yeah, you got it already. So, we're trying to get there. And I feel like this is gonna give the spark back.
Right. Ray Vaughn, how do you feel about? How did you feel doing that track? You felt like you was bringing it back to the essence of reggae dancehall music. Like, how did you feel in the process of making this song?
Reverend, I think your mic is muted. Yeah, your mic is muted.
Yeah, damn, son. See?
There you
You
go.
hear me now? Mic check. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm the engineer over here.
yeah, for real, B. Hey, listen, this is music that I do. This is music that I, came up doing. And I always like to do music that's relatable. You know what I mean? To the fans. You know what I mean? Music that, if anybody hear it across the world, they're gonna, cause listen to the lyrics. I see you looking, girl. I see it in your eyes, and I see you wanted. I see it in your smile, right? Now later on, when I go to Atlanta and down south, those places like that, I'm gonna be like, I see you twerking, girl. I can see it in your thighs.
Oh man.
That's how we do.
Right. Sugar Bear, how about you, man?
Yeah, well, first of all, whenever I record with Raven, it's like a special thing because Raven is like he's a hit maker, and he has all these hits under his belt, and whenever he comes up with such a melodious, vibe, you got to know that songs like In the Summertime, Honey You're My Angel, and all these songs. Raven, was created by Raven and done by Raven. So, in like recording with Raven and doing such a song like this with such a vibe, it's an honor, and I feel humbled about it. And the way it came out too, the way the song actually came out, was like, wow, just as you said, wow, this brings me back to the 90s. It gives me that vibe, that vibe which there's a void for. I can actually go on a date with a girl and put this song in, I mean, it doesn't, and I can look in her eye, it'd be romantic, and at the same time I can dance to it, so it brings me back to that, 90s
And
thing, as you
the
said.
song will go across the board. It won't just be stuck in one station. You can play this on KTU, play this on Z100. Then with the Spanish version, 96.3. Like it can go everywhere. It's not just gonna be stuck. Like one of the reggae songs that just stuck.
Right.
That's dope. That's dope. So basically on this show, every time we play a new song, we go through, the cast members and we criticize and we give y'all our opinions on the song. So I'm gonna start off with DJ Epidemic. DJ Epidemic, how did you feel about the song, man?
I like the song. It's real good. It's a crossover record, like they were saying, and it brings back the vibes of like Umi, Cheerleader. I know they was pushing that record for like about 6 years before that record actually blew up, but like, yeah, that's the type of vibes I get from it.
Dang, 6 years?
6 years. I'm scared. Epidemics knows his history, man. He's right. He's correct about that. He's correct about that.
Right. Nah, dope. Taz, how do you feel about it? Taz is our liquor sponsor. She has her own brand of liquor. We will be shipping you guys out a little gift.
All right.
So send me your addresses. We're going to ship you out a little gift. You know what it is.
Definite.
Salute.
Salute, Taz.
Thank you. So I loved it. I see why you compared him to Wayne Wonder. That makes a lot more sense. And that's vibe. So good job. Good, excellent job.
All right.
Thank you very much.
She knows her thing too. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
It's going to be stuck in my head, by the way.
I mean, as far as I go, man, it's like I said, man, it brings me back to the 90s feeling of reggae music when you was in the club at 12 o'clock at night. You got a drink in your hand and you dancing with a little something. You know what I'm saying? Like it took me back to that era. You feel me? A lot of the millennials don't know that feeling of being in the club 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you just dancing with something beautiful, having a great time with a drink in your hand. You know what I'm saying?
With a drink in your hand,
right. No, nobody even cared about the bottles back in the day. What people cared about
was
what
I'm saying?
being on the dance floor with something beautiful, having a great time. You know what I'm saying?
And she's smiling and looking in your eyes. She's looking in your eyes, and you're looking in her eyes, and you're like, wow, you're enjoying her beauty. Wow.
You remember
not in a corner with a bottle.
Tantra, you know what it is, Tantra. Back in the day, if you used to go to the clubs out here, the Copa, you know what I'm saying, Latin quarters, what you used to tell your boy, yo, I danced with this chick all night, man. See, yo, I grabbed this number, yo, you know what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong?
Right.
You tell your boys, yo, I bagged the best girl in the room.
All right.
The best girl in the room. You know
all right. You know,
how many numbers you got? 5? How many numbers you got? 4?
Hey, this was the big test right here. You get a hot girl, you dancing with her, for like about an hour. You be like, all right, I gotta go to the bathroom now. You gotta take that bathroom break. You can't be dancing for 6 hours drinking all that liquor. So now, when you come back from the bathroom and she's still there, because she might be gone when your ass come back.
If she was dancing with somebody else, you ain't do a good job.
Yeah, good job, man.
That's right. Y'all know.
Yeah.
Yo, Drake, I'm gonna send some drinks with Sugar Bear back so you can give to the cast members.
Right, nah, that's dope. That's dope. We appreciate it. So what's next for y'all, man? Y'all got this single out for Sugar Bear and Ray Vaughn. What's next, man? We gonna hear some singles from each of y'all individually. Like, what's gonna happen next?
Well, we have a lot of recording at the present time, and we have singles, stuff, individual material, and also we got some killer combinations like Lurking in the Dark, waiting to jump out, But right now we're really, working on getting this ICU across the board. We try not to let it be fast food material, as Raven explained before. We're trying to get the music out there, work it, getting it out there to people, so that they can enjoy it and support it. And, so that's exactly what we're doing at the present time.
Can I throw an idea out there for y'all? I'm going to give y'all one of my gems.
Please.
I'm going to give y'all one of my gems, man.
Please.
I think, this is my opinion, I think you three guys should get together and do a single release party on Instagram and on Zoom where you perform the song live for the people to see. You can thank me later for that one.
Nah, B. Now, you know what?
Thank me later for that one.
You know what? Let me tell you. Hey, great minds think alike, because I was saying the same damn thing. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Great minds think alike. Yes. We're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that.
A lot of artists are not doing that. A lot of artists are still pushing music links and YouTube links. Nah, this is the time. Ain't nobody going nowhere right now. Take your ass to ain't nobody going nowhere right now.
Not at all.
Take your ass to the studio, do something, have some girls in the background, do something,
That's a good one.
Show on for the ladies, you know what I'm saying?
This is an indoor summer right here. This is what you call an indoor summer.
Right. Go out there, rent yourself some nice plants that look big and put them in the background, take them back the next day to the store, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You say rent some nice plants or grow some nice plants? Come on now.
Exactly what I said.
How about grow some nice plants?
You got the pool in the background. The pool in the background, that's it.
Right, man. Right. So Tantrum, what's the timeline looking like? You gonna be promoting this for the next couple months, or you got?
Well, it's on MTV, it's on BT, it's on Power 105.1. Phelps is pushing it. We're gonna cross over to Hot 97. We're trying to go. We're not gonna drop the Spanish verse yet, and then until it gets where it needs to go first, and then we'll go to 96.3, and then keep going. Because right now, it's getting movement. It's starting to really work now, and it's still fresh. So we're just gonna keep pushing for now.
Right, nah, that's dope. Whatever me and Epidemic could do to help y'all out to promote the song, let us know. Epidemic does a lot of playlists on Apple Music. I do a lot of live stuff on the Instagram. Tantrum, if you can send me the vocals, I do the blends live all the time. I could probably do a blend with that and throw some beats on there. You feel me? Send me the vocals. Whatever we could do to support the record, let us know, please. We will be there to support. And going forward, you guys got a home here where you could, promote the new music here on the Fix Show. You know what I'm saying?
Highly appreciated.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. So
humbly appreciated.
Hold on, Epidemic, you got a question?
Yeah. Can you tell me, Sugar Bear, what's this song, Exposed Little Skin? What's that about?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard you play. That's a pre-release. Where did you get that from?
Yeah, I sent that. That's
in the email. I played a little snippet of it, and I dropped the bomb on and put it out real quick.
When I heard that, I was like, hold on. That's
That's a sneak
Total like
preview.
yeah, that's a sneak preview. Yeah. Yeah, it's that's wow, you have a pre-release song.
Right, we got the exclusive. We got the exclusive.
Yeah, you got the exclusive.
Very exclusive. Yeah.
Right.
Because I seen your face when I play. I was like, oh, this is a hot one right here.
Yeah. I was wondering. I heard it and I'm like, hold on, wait. That's what the hell is that? That sounds familiar.
Right. Nah, that's dope, man. Like I appreciate y'all taking out the time to be on the show, man. It was dope to have
Enough
y'all
respect.
here. If
Thank
you
you for
want to give
having
out
us.
some shout outs real quick, all three of y'all, if y'all want to give shout outs individually to your supporters, your people, let people know where they can find you, give out your Instagrams, let people know what's up. Starting with Tantrum, go ahead.
PWEJ Tantrum on the Instagram. Mr. Nice Guy Slushy Drinks out of Instagram also.
Right.
Sugar Bear?
Sugar Bear, go ahead.
Yes, you're here. So it's Sugar Bear Music on Instagram. Sugar Bear Music on Instagram and www.sugarbearmusic.com. Check me out, people. Big up to everybody in New York. Big up my whole New York posse, the whole Bronx crew, the whole Brooklyn crew, Queens, Gallatin, Staten. Big up everybody. The whole crew. Everybody big up on themselves. Saying a Sugar Bear. Yo, hey! Big up Raven, Tantrum, DTF. Love you all badly. Yo, just.
Appreciate it. Rayvon, go ahead, man.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all people, y'all can catch me on the number 1, Rayvon, RAYVON, 1 Rayvon. That's the Twitter, that's the IG, that's the SoundCloud, the YouTube channel, along with Rayvon Vivo. Yeah, the Facebook is the real Rayvon, Spotify Rayvon. What else? The website www.1rayvon.com, Rayvon Online, and also Get That Cheddar. My label is GTC Entertainment. That's where all this stuff is coming through, and the GTC stands for Get That Cheddar. You ain't got no cheddar, you in stormy weather.
And also to another thing we need to shout out is the music video. Everybody check out the music video on YouTube. Check out you can search ICU Raven, ICU Sugar Bear. The music video will pop up. Yeah, and check it out, people. All right, enough respect.
Yeah. Man. Big up DTF, big up all the fans out there, all the supporters. You know what I mean? It's been a long run. And we still running. You know what I mean? Reggae to the world. Hip-hop reggae to the world. Caribbean music to the world. Yeah, man.
Yo, Epidemic, show them your shirt. Epidemic, show them your shirt, man. Big up that.
Right.
Big up that. Big up that. Every time.
Real quick,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
If it's cool with you, is it possible me and Epidemic could get, individual drops from Sugar Bear and Rayvon, when we DJ in the clubs? You know what I'm saying? And then we could get a drop for the Fix Show. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to send you a dub plate and all of that.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Right, Definitely. And then, if y'all, whenever y'all get time, if y'all can follow the cast members back on the social media, we follow y'all follow us back. We would appreciate it. Thank you for y'all time, man. Tantrum, we appreciate you. We'll situate.
Send you drinks.
We'll situate it, and I'm gonna send y'all. Give me some addresses. We're gonna send y'all some lifted tea. If y'all want to infuse, y'all know what that means. If y'all want to infuse or not infuse,
I want it infused.
Right. So we got you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna send out some care packages to all three of y'all. Okay.
Enough respect. Enough respect.
Thank you
so much for having us. Thank you so much for having us. Highly appreciate it.
My catch out. Thank you, man.
All right.
We live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. We just had Sugar Bear, Rayvon, and DJ Tantrum on the show. We're getting ready for my homie Gigi, who's coming in to talk about so many different things that she's involved in, especially financial literacy and all that. You know what I'm saying? So if you got some money issues, if you got some credit issues, she gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It was so dope having those three guys in here, man. They're about to send us some drinks. You know what time it is. We're gonna have them frozen drinks. But shout out to our official sponsor, Lifted Teas. They've been rocking with us for over a year. You know what time it is. We going on our 5th year strong on DTF Radio. So shout out to DTFradio.com. We appreciate you, Mark. Shout out to Katie in the background, our producer. Let's get our next guest in. Let me just hit them up real quick. Taz, really quick, promote your brand real quick.
All right, y'all can find me on Instagram if you're looking. Listen, I have non-alcoholic drinks. I have alcoholic drinks, and if you're into the CBD, hemp, those are separate. Just DM me. The best way to reach me is Instagram LFTD_infused tea. Again, it's LFTD_infused tea. Thank you.
Did he just disappear like that?
He did. Play some tunes.
I pressed the wrong button. we still getting this situated over here with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I dig it.
So we got Gigi coming in just a few seconds. Shout out to her. I've been doing a couple of her events for the last couple months, man. She's super dope.
I'm sorry to interrupt. No, because I saw.
No, go ahead.
I think she liked one of your comments. I'm like, she know Trace. So I'm like, wow, I just met her maybe like November of last year. So that was dope. Small world.
Right. Nah, she's super dope. I honestly, you know me, I got an issue remembering things, but I forgot how the hell I met her. I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to get it. Okay, Gigi, what's up?
Hey, it's a small world, Taz. I'm like, wait a minute, I know her.
Listen. Before I introduce you, can we get into the story real quick? Because she was just asking me a question, and I said, I forgot how the hell I met her. Like, I can't remember. Like, so you wanna?
We never formally met. I went to Angels one night and you were DJing, and then my friend had the event, and I was
in Harlem that one night that I got there.
I was right next to the booth, right next to where you was on the stage. I was like sitting right there, and he was like,
"Y'all was going crazy that day. Y'all was going crazy." I got video. I got video.
I hope you all got me. I was wilding.
Right.
But yeah, my friend had the Jamboree event. I was like, oh, we need a DJ. And I remembered you. I'm like, oh, he would be good for our vibe because, you know, I consider you versatile, but I really like the old school mixes that you do. So I was like, oh, yeah, we got to get him.
Nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you even reaching out. Sometimes people don't want to reach out the way you did. So, you know, I appreciate that.
Show love to everybody. Right. I don't care if I know you or not. That's just me.
Right. And it was crazy because I actually did the Jamboree event the day after my birthday where my laptop was broken. And I'm telling Gigi, like, yo, give me a couple of minutes. I'm almost home. I just paid money to get my laptop fixed. I'm on the way. I'll be right there. And the minute I got on, the first thing I did was I did her event. You know what I'm saying? And then we did the blend battle. You know what I'm saying? But she's been so dope ever since we met, and
thank you.
You know, I appreciate you. So that's why, you know, I see you got a lot of things going on. I want to bring you on the show to talk about what you do. So you got the next 40 minutes, 35 minutes. Go ahead, girl. Talk about
Oh my God. I don't know. Well, I consider myself a multi-hyphenate, aware of many hats. I do a lot of things. My 9 to 5, I'm a marketing assistant for Universal Music Group, preferably a classical label, Verb label group. I'm a financial literacy consultant. I also have a podcast, and I'm actually doing another business venture next month. I'm trying to open a teeth whitening type of travel thing because a lot of people like my teeth. So I'm going to do the training, get my certification, you know, another bag. I just believe in
good teeth. You got them good teeth.
Thank you. I just believe in having so many sources of income, especially now with this pandemic. You know, I was super depressed the first month of it because I had to like pivot a lot of business ventures. I'm like, oh my God, I can't physically be in different rooms. And I feel like it's super important now for everyone to have that passive and residual income, which is what I've been doing with the financial literacy company I've been working with.
Right. So real quick before we keep it going, let me just stop you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
This pandemic, let's talk about the financial literacy because, you know, you do the music. We do the music here all the time. Let's talk about something different. Let's talk about something different besides events and parties. Let's talk about something different. So this pandemic really destroyed a lot of people's pockets.
Yeah.
This pandemic destroyed people's savings.
Yeah.
This pandemic has destroyed people's credit because they don't have money to pay their bills. You know what I'm saying? So, from a person who studies and promotes financial literacy, what is your take on this pandemic and how people can get through this and get themselves back to where they were or even at a better place financially?
I think right now, mostly what people should be doing now, I think now is a good time to really be sending in dispute letters to the three credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, because they're a little more lenient now with the pandemic. Even if it's, you have stuff on there that's from last year, they're being very lenient with getting things off the report. Like I started this program, it's United Credit Education Services. I started this program with a 495 credit score. Like my credit score was shot. I had collections, student loans, charge-offs. I was in college. I got approved for like a $10,000 credit card in college. I went crazy, buying bottles, trying to be the shit. I'm like, no one
ready to set you up.
Like, you know, trying to keep up with people who actually have the money and trying to look like I have it. And I was like me, I'm 27. I was like me 20, 21 years old, but that messed up my credit. Of course, I can't pay y'all back $10,000. And I had a 495 credit score. They were able to take that off my credit report at collections. They were able to go after any late payments that I have. You know, they're still working on some things, but I got a 106-point increase in 3 months. So right now, my thing say I'm now a 602. My credit score is a 602 in 3 months. I know. And they're still working on stuff. So once I started the program, I was like, you know what? A lot of people need to know about this because I don't like promoting anything that I didn't use first. So I was doing it first before I was telling anyone about it. So I'm like, okay, let me see if this is legit. Because my friend, shout out to Brittany, my mentor, she put me onto it. And I'm like, girl, I was doing Forex. I still do Forex. I'm like, people don't believe me. Like, you know, it's hard to teach people about things. You have to be the example. Yeah. So once I started getting my shit together, I'm like, yo, let me start promoting people. So my best friend, told my sister about it, you know, so everyone's starting to see results as well. My sister just got a 25-point increase and got a charge on her account.
Right.
So I get paid just for promoting the product. I'm not actually touching people's credit. I'm just a consultant, but I'm putting them onto the product. And I tell a lot of people, you know, sign up. Everyone thinks everything is a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme because in a pyramid scheme, only one person makes money. I can't make money unless my team is making money.
That was gonna be my next question, and I didn't give you the disclaimer before you got on, but we keep it 1,000 on the show, 1,000. So my question to you is: there is a lot of pyramid schemes going on online right now. There's a lot of other schemes going on right now. There's a lot of other things that people are talking about. Oh, you want to make money with me? You want to do this? You want to do that? Yeah. How do you compare what you do to what's going on realistically on, you know, social media and on the internet?
Well, for one, the way I market is I put out, you'll see my post. I'll say, you know, who's looking for additional income. I'll speak to you. I'll talk to you on the phone. I choose if I want to pursue with you. I don't care if you have the money to invest because you're owning this franchise. I choose if I want you on my team. But a lot of these people, they'll take on anybody and leave you for dust. I don't want to take on anyone who's not coachable. I don't want to take on anyone who gives up easily. I need people who's willing to want to help people. That's number one. If you're willing to help people, because that's what this company is all about, helping people. And I don't really care about the bag. The thing is, I'm helping people fix their credit. You know, a lot of people doing the Forex thing, I appreciate it, but you can't really preach to people about investing when their credit is shot and they don't even know how to fix it. So the first thing let's do as a people, let's fix people's financial situation. Let's help them get their credit together. So if you're someone who wants to join my team and only thing you care about is getting the bag, I cannot have that around me. I don't need that energy. So that's number one, what makes it different. Number two, like I said, in the pyramid scheme, only one person is making money. Everybody in this company is making money. I can't get promoted unless someone on my team is getting promoted. So I have to push you before I even push myself. You'll see a lot of companies, you'll join someone's team and they're just advancing and you're stuck. I can't move unless you're advancing with me. So I can't eat unless you're eating. So that was the one thing that I signed up for this for. I'm like, you know what? I can't move without them. I can't bypass my people. If you on my team, we all gotta eat. I can't be at the table by myself.
Right. Oh, I get it.
Right, I get you. Epidemic, you have a question for Gigi?
Nah, I'm listening right now. I'm trying to generate some questions. I'm listening.
Right, okay. Taz, you got any questions?
I'm not staring. I'm like sitting in front of my AC. And it's irritating.
Not really on the whole credit thing because I kind of get what she's doing. I was involved in something similar before, but a lot of people are just scared to reach out to somebody that looks like them because they just assume that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a credit guru. Like, people that are financially literate don't necessarily have to look like the people on Wall Street. So I know it's always a barrier trying to get to people to understand. Like, I'm only here to help you. Like, I'm not doing this just to make money off of you, because at the end of the day,
I have to show people my Credit Karma before they're like, oh, all right, let me sign up. Or people want to see. They'll look on my Instagram and see how I dress. Like, oh, she's speaking financial literacy. That she got designer this. Listen,
what the hell does that mean?
Because people are going to judge based on
really
your
marketing.
shoes, your bag, how you
if I post a picture right now with a Chanel bag, Chanel sneakers, nice weave on the beach, and I'm like, join my team, I bet you I get a bunch of DMs. But let me post a picture looking like this, join my team. Like, you know, like the people associate that.
She don't have no
But
money.
I don't. Oh my God! This young generation,
really,
man.
really
This
crazy.
young generation is
It's
crazy,
really
man. Like, I gotta say this on the show, man. Like, I've never been the type of person to be on designer anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, all right, bang. If you're getting money and you're doing, salute to you, but that doesn't give you a status. You could be dope without rocking Balenciagas. You could be dope without rocking any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I had a Gucci bag and a 495 credit score. That don't mean shit.
Listen to me. For me, like, I think you're doper if you got your own clothing line. I think you're doper if you're rocking your own sneaker.
Right.
I think is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many people be talking about getting a bag and getting money and getting this. Like, if you getting money, why you not starting your own stuff?
Exactly.
Why you still
why you
buying
not
other
investing in
people's stuff?
property?
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you still buying other people's stuff? You out here complaining about this and that and racism and blah and this, that, blah. But you're not trying to own your own stuff. You still buying other people's stuff and complaining about the same people that you're buying from. Come on,
You want to impress
hear
people that you don't even like. Like, I hate that part of the culture.
It's
I hate that.
this whole competition thing that
I'm
gotta
not
stop.
trying to hear
Like,
that.
oh, if I buy this and it's this expensive, then I look better than you and I rank higher than you. No, you still get projects.
Listen to me. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this live on the show. You can look at me and say I'm not rocking none of that because I choose not to rock none of that. But one thing I could say, about Taz and Epidemic, we own our brands. How about that? We own our brands.
Exactly. That's the most important thing.
Trademark, copywritten, registered. We own our brands. That's all I got to say about that.
Exactly. But that's true. A lot of people associate success with materialistic, and it's kind of like, nah, I don't care what you dress like. How are you living? Like, what are you investing in? I can't consider myself to be wealthy, and my mom is still paying her own rent.
That's a fact.
Or my sister is somewhere struggling. I can't consider myself wealthy if I'm not helping the people who helped me when I'm growing up. And a lot of people sit up here dressing up nice, and your mom is in the project struggling. So what does that really say about you?
Right. And it's like, I said this on another show too. Like, you know, people look at my page, they see the Hot 97 thing. Oh, you made it to Hot 97, you're successful. And I'll tell people, like, I always appreciate that opportunity of me being up at that station. But the fact is that I'm still in the projects. So I'll be successful when I get my children out of the projects and into a house, something that I own, and I can say that's mine. You understand what I'm saying? That's called success. Success is when you can own your brands. Success is when you could, you don't have to worry about other people trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's success. You feel me? Like that's success. You know?
I mean, success is exactly what you define it as. Whatever you want for yourself, and it could be to me, you're already successful, but you already have the goal that you want to get to, and that.
Right.
You know, people need to understand that there's a difference. Monetary. It doesn't.
Right. And there's a difference. There's a difference between being successful and having highlights on your resume. There's a difference. There are highlights on your resume. There are milestones that you have accomplished, and then there's actual success. But you need to have the milestones to be able to be in that path towards success. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, sorry, I got a little into the conversation. But go ahead, G. Talk about what you talk about.
I mean, sure. I definitely agree. Like a lot of people tell me, one thing I hated growing up when people tell me I need to focus on one thing, and I'm like, I'm just not. My attention. First of all, I'm Aries. I'm impulsive. If I see a business opportunity and I see something that has money on it, and I know I can execute it, I'm on it. I'm big on just. I don't even care if I lose my money over it. I'll throw my money in. At least I tried. You know, I'll research it
You're a
for a
risk
while.
taker. That's what's up.
Yeah, I am. I am. Like I feel like most billionaires are risk takers. Like every day, I promise you, every day I wake up, what business can I start today? I don't even care if I didn't execute the first business. What can I start today? Like how can I be of service to everyone? And I always try to find things that I can market for myself.
Right.
You know, like I would never start a clothing line. I don't know anything about clothes. Like I see a lot of people doing this thing with vendors. I would never do that with vendors. I would like if I do a clothing line, I would like to actually have my foot in the designing of it. I don't want to depend on someone in another country sending me stuff and I'm sending it to people. No, I'm not helping y'all because everybody gonna have the same thing. A part of starting a business is solving a problem. Having a clothing line for me is not solving a problem.
Right. So really quick before we move on to another aspect of your life, just promote what you're doing with financial literacy to our viewers and our listeners. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live on the DTF radio app. You know, so we're live all over the place. So let people know as far as like where they could find you if they want to talk to you about, you know, financial literacy, and then we'll move on to another aspect of your life.
Definitely DM me on Instagram, gion.mc, JIONNE.mc. You know, we'll talk about what is it you're trying to do with your credit, what kind of credit score you're trying to get, you know, what's negatively impacting your credit score. You know, I'll talk about the program because the program is a protection plan. It's more than one thing. It's not just credit restoration. We help you with debt payoff. So based on your income, we'll tell you what you should be paying every month to pay off debt faster and avoid interest fees. We have something called savings goals, so it'll help you save and budget. It's just a whole thing to give you a good foundation financially. So definitely DM me if you want to start that journey. I'll let you know up front. You gotta be coachable. You gotta be willing to put yourself out there. You gotta be willing to sacrifice also. A lot of people are ready to want to get financially literate or learn things, but they're not ready to give up certain things. Like I'm going to tell you, you can't eat out every night. You can't go out and do hookah. Your finances don't let that money could be going to something else that you need to pay off that debt.
Right.
So definitely
You gotta tell me that 1,000 times. Every time I go out, there's like a couple bottles on the table. I'm the worst.
Listen, I mean, if you
I'm
got
the
it, you
worst.
got it. But don't be surprised. Like me, I'm an impulsive because I'm an impulsive buyer. When I get drunk, $50 for wings sound cheap.
No,
Right. You want to go out? It don't
I'm
matter
horrible.
how much you're spending. You out. That's
Exactly. And don't be that like I ain't got it because here I go swipe. I got you.
Taz and Epidemic will tell you I'm hard. I'll go into McDonald's trying to order a bottle of Moet. I'm horrible.
Yo.
I am horrible. I'm horrible. Like I'm the worst. Like if we having a good time, I am not gonna give a damn about anything
But make
that
sure
has to
I'm
do
here.
with
So I
money.
can get some of this Moet.
Oh man. I'm the worst. Okay, so we live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. We got Gigi in the building, a woman of many hats. Let's move on to a different aspect of your life. You do events, you know, you're part of a lot of things that are going on as far as like you know, Jamboree. You want to talk about that a little bit so people know?
Yes. I was super excited about that. So shout out to Pinson, who was the creator and the drive, the everything behind the Jamboree. Mostly we went to Clark Atlanta together. He's actually my big brother, both in a dance organization. And he is like the most advanced person I've ever met media-wise. Like a lot of stuff that's happening now with media, I will remember 3 or 5 years ago, he was talking about it. But he never execute his ideas. So he said, you know what, you know, the girls, the media, we call the media girls. The media girls ain't been doing nothing during the pandemic. You know, I have an idea for a virtual event I want to do before they latch onto it. And this is before everyone was doing a hop-in thing. Everyone's doing now that whole conference platform. So he's like, let's do it for Instagram. I want you to host. Now, I've hosted my podcast, but I've never done interview hosting, like media correspondent, which is something I wanted to do. So I was grateful that he was able to take a chance on me. I have no background in that, but he's like, but you know, you're charismatic, you're not shy, you'll talk to people, so it'll be good for you. And he did all the reaching out to people. The only thing I solidified was the DJ because I went hard. I was like, no, we need him. I don't care. Like that, everyone was in a group chat and all these people. I'm like, no, let me do something. No, it's him. It has to be him. But
I appreciate that.
It was good. It was a good event. It was a good turnout. I still get DMs now for people who want to do it, but we done moved on. As you can see, the Instagram page don't even exist anymore for for the jamboree. Like we're trying to move on to something else. It was kind of like a hop in, hop out type of situation.
Gotcha.
No, that's definitely dope, and I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate your faith in me. A lot of those people didn't know me from a hole in the wall, so I was happy that I was able to
But
touch
you
them
were
in some
letting
way, shape,
people
or
like, oh,
form.
that DJ. Oh, he's lit. Cause we had like an opening kind of pregame party before the event, and he was turning up. I'm like doing my makeup, like, wait a minute. I didn't know he was gonna do that.
Right now, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So what are some of the things that you're working on for the future? I mean, this pandemic looks like it's gonna be some way halfway over. You know what I'm saying? Like what's your
I hope
plan for the
so.
future?
Well, like I said, I'm starting this teeth whitening business. I'm just trying to stay employed. Like I work for the music industry, but it was supposed to be a temp situation. They keep me
Everything's on
on
freeze.
August.
Everything's on freeze.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm lucky enough. I'm still getting a 40-hour a week paycheck, even though I'm working from home. Even though I'm not technically working 40 hours, but it's like I'm still getting full-time pay. Right.
Right.
So I'm grateful for that. But I'm still temp. They could give me the boot anytime. But I'm doing 2 different roles. I'm working hard so they can end up keeping me. But even if they let me go, I'm still trying to find other business ventures where I can still have money in my pockets and my bills are still getting paid.
Right,
So
right. I gotta real quick. I gotta give a side note to people who are tuned in and are listening and are viewing this interview. Like we have said this so much on this show, plenty of times in the past. Relationships are a key. The way you treat people is a key to success as well too. I didn't know Gigi from a hole in the wall. I didn't know her name was Gigi. I didn't know that she was one of the people who was next to me when I was DJing at Angels of Harlem. Next thing you know, I get a DM and we're having a conversation. And look, we
I didn't know
cool
he was gonna apply
months
to my
later.
people, honestly.
Right,
I was
right.
like, he was behind 9-7. He ain't gonna reply.
Right. We cool couple of months later, and look, she's on a radio show now. So people in the music business, people in the DJ business, relationships are key. Treating people with respect and love is key. Like it don't matter how good you are and whatever it is you do. If you don't got a good relationship with people, that's not gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So treat people with love, treat people with respect. And these are the type of people that you will meet in your life. People like Gigi, who are dope and cool.
And the world is really small. Like, what if I know Taz and she was like, "Oh yeah, I don't like Gigi. We don't need her on here." I met her through another podcast I'm cool with. Yeah. Like the world is really small. And I always meet people who know someone who knows somebody. Like I get coined as Mixie because I know people who know somebody.
You have that personality that is just you're very welcoming. So you have a good energy.
I'm pissed off. That's that Aries, but initially, like I just be wanting to show love. I just be want to have fun. Like if y'all hang out with me on a night out, you're just gonna be laughing because literally I'm just doing stupid shit the whole night. Like literally.
Right. Nah, it's definitely dope. I'm glad to have you on the show. I'm glad that you're able to talk about the things that you do as an individual, entrepreneur. How do you feel? How do you feel this COVID-19 and this situation with racism and everything that's happening? How do you think it's going to affect your business in the long run?
I mean, I've always carried myself, like even when I started my podcast, I always said because I'm also against like sexism too, people who are misogynistic, any black man who wants to put down black women. I always made it a point to just any brand that I have to be careful what I associate my brand with. So when I have people who say, hey, like even with the structure of my podcast, I'll give you an example. I don't have a typical podcast where I'll just say, I'm going to interview an artist. If I have a theme and someone hits me up and say, how I want to be on your show, I ask them, what's your expertise? I have people like friends who say, my guy friends mostly, I just want to come and talk my shit. This is not a talk your shit podcast. The goal of this podcast is to educate people. The long thing. I have episodes about, how to network, episodes on, the Black queer experience, being Black and being part of LGBTQ community, episodes like that. So if you want to come on my podcast, I need to know what your expertise in. And if you're an artist, I'm going to listen to your music. And if I hear anything I don't like, it's no offense to you. I wish you the best, but you can't be associated with me. So I feel like for a lot of people who's listening right now, if you have any type of brand, you just have to really be careful of what you associate with your brand. So now we have this thing with the racism. This whole Nick Cannon thing blew my mind. I'm super pissed with Viacom for this shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Because nothing he said was wrong. But it just goes to show you, you know, these different industries. Like I feel like we need to have our own network. So people out there who trying to figure out what to do, start your own shit, but make it of value to the for people. I spoke to a guy one time. He was trying to talk to me, but we was just talking about starting a business, and he told me, oh, he wants to start a waist training company, and I was like, oh, okay, like all right. Oh, why you said it like that? I'm like, because like I said, I believe in solving a problem when you have a business, but you know, it sounds like you're just in it for a profit. Yeah, and then this is what turned me off. Because you know, bitches love wearing waist trainers. I'm like, okay, yeah. No. It's like no.
You
You
won't
know?
be in business for long because you
Right.
have to have a passion for what you
Exactly.
do and enjoy it to stick out the hardships to get to the, you know what I mean? Like you gotta really love it.
Yeah. But back to your question, I think with the state of everything going on, the only thing that it's affecting, of course, is my interactions with people because I can't be as in everyone's face as I would like to because of COVID is a real thing. And I live with my mom and she has lupus, so I gotta be careful about who I meet, who I'm around. I went out last weekend. I literally told my mom, "Don't come in this room. Stay away from me for like 2 weeks." Because I was careless. I'm not gonna lie, I was careless. I was out. I had a mask, but I was still being careless. And I'm like everybody else, I'm like, I was in the house for 2 months. I want to be outside now, you know. But still being careful. But that's like the only thing that would affect my businesses. I can't physically be out there. I can't physically go to networking events. I can't go to conferences. You know, a lot of stuff that I usually would do. So now I have to learn to do things virtually, which is annoying because I'm on Zoom every day for work. So I'm like, I gotta get on Zoom for this. I gotta get on Zoom for dating events because I do a lot of also mixers and speed dating events. And I'm like, I gotta speed date virtually. Like, what is life?
You event
I don't know how that would work. Speed dating virtually. I don't even know how that would work. But
right, I'm just like,
there's a way.
Yeah, you're trying to talk to somebody, trying to holler at somebody, and their Wi-Fi is bad, and you're like, come on, I don't even.
I think
The whole time you're gonna be like, huh? What you said, huh? Oh, no, I'm good. How about you hurry up and get off this goddamn live? That's the speed dating you
seriously.
That's crazy.
Oh man, I mean, there were some other things I wanted to talk to you about, but I really don't even want to bring it up, man. Because you have a podcast, and you talk about things. So I was going to bring up the Will and Jada thing, but I don't want to end up arguing with you and Taz. No, I don't want to end up arguing with y'all. I don't want to end up arguing with y'all.
Please don't tell me you one of those men who be so hyped because the tables turn. Y'all, the one time the tables turn, y'all drag it.
Now you see, you about to start something with just that comment you just made, and I'm telling you, I'm the wrong person to talk to about that. I'm telling you, like,
you know, he got strong. His opinions is just as strong as his beard. You got to be real.
Yo, Epidemic, you heard what she just said to me? Epidemic, you heard what she just said to me?
All I'm gonna say is, that's it.
Wait, so what is your opinion about the Will and Jada situation?
I ain't gonna give you my opinion on. I'm gonna give you my opinion on what the hell you just said to me right now. Like, I'm one of those men. Like, oh my
I said
God.
no. I said I hope you're not. I hope you're not, because mostly every time there's a situation where a female does something that's considered what men would usually do, it gets dragged through the mud. It becomes comical. It becomes like finally like it like it gets demonized. But it's kind of like, okay, relax, because that's one instance compared to 1,000 times that y'all have done stuff. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, all I have to say is men and women are no different from each other. We
Yeah.
do the same things that y'all do at all different times. Everybody should be held accountable for their crimes. Period.
Yeah, I don't think she's innocent. I definitely think she preyed on August a little bit. Well, I feel like I don't think she preyed on him intentionally. I just feel like she was unhappy in her marriage and misconstrued with their connection into something.
Where I hold her at fault is, one, you should never try to date your friends, your son's friend. That's just all the way
exactly.
around. Number two, you know, and if whether you have an open relationship or a life partnership, you should always refrain from making your other significant other look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
There was no NDA signed. There was no concealment. So he was literally free with this information to go promote his new album. And now he put it out there and he tried. I mean, the good thing is, this is what I say. The good thing is their bond to me is stronger than what any opinion that has to come out and say.
Yeah.
And they're gonna stick it out through whatever. Even at the end of their last little interview, they fist pounded and they like, that's it. We still here. No,
Are you done? Are you done?
He legit
Are
love
you
her.
done? Are you done?
Yo.
Yeah, are y'all done? Because I want to talk
He
now.
been
I'm about
making
to talk
facials
now.
this whole time.
We got a couple minutes now. We gonna talk. I'm gonna read something to y'all that somebody else posted. I'm gonna tell, look, somebody else posted it, not me. So we live on the air. I didn't post this, but I agreed with this post. I'm gonna read it to y'all.
Oh,
This is
God.
from a dude who posted this. He said,
Of course.
I'm sorry, but if a married 44-year-old Will Smith gradually developed a sexual relationship with one of Willow's 23-year-old friends under the what it says? Under the fact of helping her heal, every single female on my thread would be dragging him through the mud as a sick man who manipulated and exploited a young girl who was half his age. He would have been labeled as a predator, and all sorts of conversations about the problem with prominent men in positions of power who use their status to take advantage of helpless young girls would ensue. But Jada, with all the jokes and support for her finding her happiness.
I disagree with that statement because Jada's
Whoa,
being dragged.
whoa! Hold on a second.
Will Smith doesn't have relations
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'll let y'all talk. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Now, this is absolutely true. If it was the other way around, would they be telling the female that she's a predator, that she sexually abused this and did that? Hell no, that would not happen. Y'all know this for a fact. That would not happen.
This predator word
Look for a fact. Look, hold on a second, right? Look for a fact, right? Regardless if Will cheated or not. She went on the air on her own show to air out her side of the situation, right? Her side, right? But they dragging Will for what she said about herself. You had all the memes. Hold on. You had all the memes about Will, but you had no memes about her barely. And if you had memes, they put a crown on her head. Come on, man. That's crazy.
I've seen memes about
crazy.
A lot of stuff that I've seen for Jada, like people, like when dudes was talking about it, or like when anybody's talking about it, and they talking about how she was wrong. And then I seen a lot of females coming to defend Jada and be like, "Oh, but you don't know if Will cheated, but we won't know that. What we do know is that Jada did something, and it got out there, and it made them look crazy."
But also, y'all keep forgetting they also.
And then you try to use a word entanglement.
That doesn't make it right.
Use a different word for
but they did
doing
say,
what you
but
this
is the thing. They did both agree and say that was a period when they weren't supposed to get back together. Like he said, he was done with her when they were separated. So
but you're still married.
It was okay.
You're still married.
True.
You're still married.
True. I agree. But you know how many men are out here that separated from their wives doing their own thing and they staying together because it's cheaper to be together than to get a divorce?
Okay, I get it. When men do it, blah blah blah.
No,
blah.
not even
when women do it, they don't get dragged as much as men do.
It's cheaper,
women do not get dragged as much as men do. You know that's a fact. It is a fact.
I don't think so. I think we get dragged. You know what it is? You know what it is? We get dragged for different things.
Bring me on your podcast, please.
That's fine.
Bring me on your podcast.
That's fine.
Yeah, I need to see this. I'm intrigued on this one.
I feel like the instance where women get dragged is not the same for men. I think it's two different situations.
First of all, this whole
you would think that. You would think that, right?
It's true though.
The whole predator word being thrown around doesn't apply whether it's a man or a female. If August was a female at 24 dealing with an older man at 44, young women over 21 marry older men all the time. They mess with them all
that's
the
not
time.
predator behavior.
That is not has nothing to do with this situation of being a predator. So I don't know why people keep bringing that up. Jada or Will.
When women do predator stuff, do they call women a predator? No.
But what's the predatory thing? They were not underage. That's why I don't.
I'm not talking about that. I'm actually asking you a question. When men do stuff that has to do with being a predator, they're called and labeled a predator, right? It's the worst thing ever to be labeled. When a woman does the same thing,
what's the same thing?
Call a woman a,
what's the
you
same
don't call
thing?
a woman a
Like,
predator.
if a woman was doing what Kelly doing, absolutely.
If this situation was in a guy situation,
so you think?
would not be a predator.
Wait a second, Taz. So let's say, right? Let's turn the tables. If it wasn't R. Kelly and it was Jill Scott that did what R. Kelly did, would they be going as hard at Jill Scott like they did to R. Kelly? Hell no.
I would hope so. Because wrong is wrong. I don't even like females calling little kids my little boyfriend. I think that's disgusting. Calling a little boy, oh, like someone else's child. I think that's disgusting. It's
I don't
mad
know.
creepy.
And I'm just
I
using
would say
Jill
this.
Scott
I would
because
say
that's
this.
the first thing
There
that
are
came
some
up.
women who
That's
project
just an
their
example.
sexual
Just
instances
thinking
on
about
little
that is creepy as
kids.
hell.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, I don't know about anybody
It
else.
gotta be the same playing field, man. Like
I can't speak for everybody. I'm just telling you how I would feel.
But what I'm saying is, and if you're gonna use R. Kelly situation, I mean, not with this whole new stuff, but he's known to be a predator because he literally stands outside of high schools talking to those young girls. If that was an older female doing that to young boys, yes, she's in the same boat. And you know what?
Okay,
You're
Chaz,
right.
we done had
No,
this
wait, hold on.
conversation about R. Kelly. I am not going back to R. Kelly conversation.
No,
We done
but you
had a
brought it up.
multiple thousand. No, I used him as an example. I didn't include him in the conversation.
Finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me finish. At the end of the day, if a female is in that position and she does the same thing, she should be held accountable. That is one thing that has not been talked about a lot, and I brought it up because females are predators too. They're absolutely predators. I just don't think it applies to this situation with Will and Jada. I don't think that she was being a predator.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
Didn't.
I just read something that was quoted by somebody else.
But you agree with it.
But I agree with what they said on that post.
Which part?
I do.
Other than the predator
the whole thing?
I agree with some of the things that they said. I mean, at the end of the day, they were going really hard at Will when it was the one when Jada was the one.
But who was going hard at Will?
The haters go hard at Will.
Everybody was going hard
Let
at
me tell
Will.
you something. I seen 20,000 memes about Will, and I seen like 5 about Jada. That's really true.
People hate on Will on a regular Tuesday. That people will hate on Will with just the movie he made last week. Like that. That's already the situation. So I think what we're seeing is, Will look embarrassed. Make this meme. They always want to take the person who looks the worst on TV and then.
And you can't. Nah, you're
depending on the same internet.
Exactly.
You're defending the same internet that we can't trust.
I get it.
No, I'm not defending that. What I'm defending
you're like you're taking what everybody posts as if that's how everybody thinks.
That's what's being viewed. That's what I see. Now my points and what I believe in is different from what I see. I'm telling you what I see. Now what I believe in is two totally different things. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like she was given the same backlash as Will. And she deserved the same backlash as him because they both committed the same same crime, you could say, in a marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Your internet's because I've seen more about Jada than Will on my own. Like I've seen memes about her. People.
You mean timeline? I have not seen nothing on my timeline about Jada at all.
I've seen jokes.
And I'm not hating on her. I'm not hating on her. But I'm just saying, like, if you're two celebrities and your life is public, when you're a celebrity at their level, your life is public. You're a public figure. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that happens to you in life, people are gonna want to know, people are gonna criticize, people are gonna judge, people are gonna have opinions. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like
what would you want them to do to Jada? You want her to be canceled?
No, I don't want them to do anything to Jada. What I'm saying is that I think it's wrong that Will is getting the worst backlash for something that was said by his wife. She should have been the one to get the backlash, not him. That wasn't right.
I don't know,
you know
why
what I'm saying?
Backlash at all. I
really don't
That's
either.
all I'm saying. That's my main point.
Like I haven't seen backlash for real.
I know people are making fun of him looking
I'm sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
We're past our time. I'm sorry. This is why I didn't want to get into this conversation. we are past our time. Gigi, I'm sorry. Really quick, can you promote yourself? Let people know where they can find you if they want to get in touch with you for teeth whitening, financial literacy, whatever it is.
Even if you need a mentor, you need some healing, you need some guidance. I got you. You want to laugh? Hit me up on Instagram, JIONNE.MC. You know, I DM everyone back. Just don't be on no creep shit because I'll block you. That's all.
Right. Okay, well, we appreciate you being on the show. Hopefully, we can have a part 2 in the future. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta set that up. I don't do nothing.
Right. Hopefully, we can have a part 2 in the future. Epidemic, thank you for the dope mix. Shout out to our official sponsor, Lifted Tees. Gigi, you got to send me an address so we can ship you out a nice
I've been feeling to get some more hot stuff too. Yeah.
Right. We send you a little bottle, something. Right. So we get that situated. I'm also gonna invite y'all to an event that's coming up in the next couple days. I appreciate you being here and taking time out of your schedule to be on the show. We're live on the Fix Show, DTFradio.com. That is our time. Salute to the cast members, DJ Epidemic and Taz, Lifted Tees. Shout out to Brega, shout out to Prez. We see y'all next week. You know what time it is. DTFradio.com, the Fix Show. Shout out to Gigi once again.
Thank you.
Abu.
Bye.